we're here. Oh, all right.
Right. So anyway, that's all I have to say about that. I'm just kidding. Uh, uh, Tammy had just introduced us. Of course, our internet went out here in the country. We're in the middle of 600 acres, and sometimes it doesn't work well. But Tammy had just introduced Lisa and I. We were from Waynesboro, Georgia, which is the bird dog capital of the world. We're proud to say that not only because we do the field trials here in Waynesboro, but because if your front porch caves in and you kill more than 30 dogs, you're probably from Waynesboro. But Lisa and I have been part of this company now for over 30 years, 32 years to be exact, which is incredible in itself if you think about it. That should give everyone great confidence. When I say 32 years of this business, it should give everyone on this call great confidence to know that you can build a business that will be here for years to come, that you can leave a legacy to your children, to your family. And that's what happened to Lisa and I. My parents started in the business 32 years ago. My dad, at 60, I joined. My dad is retired. He might run the business today. We got three boys, and I pray that one of them will take it and work with it. And what a great thing to say about the strength of our company. In fact, it is our mission statement to build a stable and lasting company that will help as many people as possible to realize their dreams. And I want to promise you this too. We've not only been in the business 32 years, but we've come to know a lot of our dreams, and we're still dreaming, folks. We believe that the best is yet to come. We're just getting started. The next 5 years are going to be incredible. We're in the right place, right parts, at the right time. So congratulations again for being on this call. Now, Tammy made a mention before we got cut off, I guess, that something interesting about us, I don't know if it was interesting or not, that I love to sweep, or that I sweep the house off. You know, Lisa was bragging on that, I'm not sure. But I do sweep. I love to sweep the house. I'm always catching myself. I'm a thinker while I'm sweeping. But I was about to tell the story that I think it goes back to when I was a teenager. And we owned a family restaurant. That was our background before Juice Plus. And my job was to sweep the floor. And I did it as a teenager. I did it halfway, half there. Not interested, not really excited about sweeping. And my dad came up to me and made a comment one day that changed my thinking. And he said to me, he said, son, be the job, big or small, do it right or none at all. And from that day on, I decided to do a different attitude about any job I ever did. So number one, do the very best job I can always do, but do it with a grateful heart. Do it with pride. Be proud of what you're doing. And I think that carried us long ways in our business today. Because when we joined the business, we didn't come to the table with great experience. We didn't come with financial resources. We never traveled a whole lot. I always tell folks we live in Georgia and we never traveled. We know all the other states for commerce, and we stayed in Georgia. We didn't have the educational background, but what we didn't have there, we made up in desire and willingness to work. And I think that's so important in your business today. I saw a bumper sticker the other day that said the best way to get on your feet is to get off your butt. You know, go to work. If you're going to do this business, why not be in the top 20%? Why not take it to a new level after this weekend? Let this be the restart button. We're right here at the beginning of a brand new year. Let this be your year. You know, I've always heard the story of the 80-20. 20% of the people in most businesses earn 80% of the money, but they also do 80% of the work. I wanted to be in the top 20%. Here's another thing my dad taught me. Successful people will do what unsuccessful people are willing to do. You see, I was that person as well. I didn't want to pick up that 800-pound phone. It was heavy to call someone. I had fear and doubt. We've all got fear and doubt. In fact, fear and doubt keeps most of us from reaching full potential in life. Fear and doubt. You know, we're afraid of success. We're afraid of failure. We doubt the company, the product, ourselves. Fear and doubt. When you can overcome fear and doubt, folks, the sky's the limit. Lisa and I, for 32 years, have not only been part of this company, but we've been so blessed because of the things I've just shared with you and a lot more. Our families, we've got to grow up with our kids, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. But Lisa, if you would introduce yourself, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, great. Well,
This has been an amazing, incredible morning, even with the technical glitches. Our topic is to talk about working together as a couple, and that's hard for some people, but we have so enjoyed growing in this together because we were just kids when we started. We were in our early 20s when we began. And, we didn't know what was going to happen to us when we said yes. When we said yes to Juice Plus, let's try this, let's see what it's going to do for our health. We didn't know what was going to happen with the Juice Plus business. Juice Plus changed our family's life. It gave us that nutritional foundation that we needed to begin to heal. And what I have so loved about this morning is that every single person on this Zoom represents a story. Everyone has connected with someone. I've been so inspired by each of the speakers. And some I've heard before and have learned new things, and some I've never heard before. And Valerie, I'm so connected with you. I mean, I know it's hard for people to believe, but I am very shy and introverted. And so it's been hard for me to get out of my comfort zone and to get out there and share my heart with people. But when Juice Plus came around, it really made it easy because of what it did for my family. Now, remember I told you and shared about Kyle, because really that is still my why. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today if it wasn't about Kyle. I just lost my mom to breast cancer, and then, Kyle had two major illnesses, actually two brain viruses that paralyzed the right side of his body. So he needed a mom. He needed a mom and dad to be there. And I couldn't be there the way I wanted to if I had a regular 9-to-5 job. So it became real easy to share Juice Plus after I saw the health benefits that he was having. I mean, it literally changed his life. It gave him the nutritional foundation that he needed to heal. And, what happens when a woman gets excited about something? When I saw that happening with my child, I started telling everybody about it. I mean, it was a no-brainer. I felt obligated to share this amazing gift with other people because Kyle had a quality of life that I didn't think he was going to have. They told me he wouldn't walk, talk, see, or hear. That's what they said. But you know what? I didn't believe it. You know what? God had a bigger plan for our life and his life, and he brought Juice Plus into our life. And so when my boys were little, I used to open up the capsules and put it in their food. They didn't even know it was there. And as your son is growing and thriving and learning, what are you doing? I mean, there it was. And so we started sharing it. We were excited about what it was doing. I remember we put 100 people on Juice Plus, like right away when it was first introduced. That's how excited we were. And so I just needed to tell people about this. It just made sense to me, because of the impact that Juice Plus had, on our family's life. I was able to homeschool. I was able to be a stay-at-home mom. Actually, we were stay-at-home parents. Our kids didn't even think we had a job because we were both here. I know it's unusual for two parents to be doing this. That's why working together as a couple is so unique. And there are a lot of people here that are watching the Zoom that maybe it's just the wife involved and the husband is just supportive, or is not really, he doesn't really know what the wife is doing. He can easily get involved, and you can continue to invite him and get him get him to an event, whether it be something like this or to a conference. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes husbands that help their wives, like Tammy's husband, Wendell. He is so supportive of her. He's actually a distributor, but I don't think he knew what he was doing to get work because Tammy worked it. But anyway, plus he did. Yeah. Anyway, but I'm gonna go back. I got on a rabbit trail there. So, but this business allowed us to stay and allowed us, allowed me to do fundraising therapy for Carl, occupational therapy, and all he needed to become this amazing Amanda he is today. He's 26. He's 26 years old. It's incredible. I cannot tell you how blessed we are. And you know what? I give God all the praise and honor and glory for that. He brought Juice Plus into our life, and he brought this business into our life to give us a future. And that's what we have. And I am so thankful for that. And, I have loved the relationships that we have built. Bobby and I work this business together, and we both have our own strength. And I think that's what made us successful.
Well, I don't know. I think it's just you know, those come from very humble backgrounds. And us, well, you know, a lot of people come and do this because death in the family or divorce, they were desperate. You know, my mom always said we have a clean vehicle because every time we came to the car, she'd probably, Lord, let me pray one more time. Lord Jesus, just say, get going one more time, get us there, and get us home. I remember going to and I would love for your kids to have rich parents. And I'm thinking, that could be us. I mean, this is our chance here. And what if this is your chance to make a difference in your world? You know, this business, again, I'm just backing up what Lisa said, this business has given us not only the financial freedom, but time freedom and the flexibility, if you will, to be parents. I mean, we were stay-at-home parents. We chose not to pass each other in the driveway anymore at our jail meeting. We wanted to be hands-on parents. We went with our kids. I remember going to the theater in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day, with our kids, and I was the only dad in the theater. I love that. We were hands-on parents. We got to homeschool our kids. We got to, you know, we never asked for permission if we could go to school again and attend school or to do something special. We went on some amazing vacations. And now that Lisa and I are somewhat empty nesters, we love traveling. We have the freedom and the privilege to do a lot of that now. So I'm just saying we're blessed of doing that. Now, Lisa made a comment, and this is a little neat to our story here, is how do we work together? Because we love being together all the time. We work together, we travel together, and to me, that's great. I love that. Three things we want to share with you real quickly. One of them is we recognize that we both have strengths, and we use that. In other words, my strength is this. I'm an organizer and a planner. I really think ahead. I like to organize. I'm one of those list makers. I'm great at making a list, and I'm very effective when I make a list of what I'm going to accomplish that day or that week. And I love scratching it off. I mean, it just feels good to go, I got that part done. And I love making my list. In fact, I'm so good at it, I can make Lisa lists, and she don't like that much. But I'm a planner, I'm an organizer now. Lisa is great on placing the orders and closing the sales. I'm usually bring them to the altar. In fact, we got a little thing, I cook them and you cook them. And we're a great team together. I'm half the person I'll be in this business and vice versa. But together we make it a tremendous team because we recognize each other's strengths. Lisa, I'll let you back off there.
Okay. Well, my strengths that I work on is that I'm the relationship builder. I really connect with the people, not only in our business, but the people that we bring into the business. I'm the one who asks the questions, and I'm the one who loves to listen. You know, I know you've already heard all of this so far this morning from each incredible speaker, but it is all about caring about the person that you're talking to. It's finding out what their needs are and finding out how you can find a solution for them. And we know the solution, you know, and the solution might be just helping their family get healthy, or it could be helping their family get not just healthy, but giving them the solution of financial wealth as well. And so that's one of my strengths. I'm also a great closer. I mean, I have learned how to just really ask people to get started. And that's really important. You know, Kelly said it, you know, the success is in the follow-up. I mean, we really need to learn to follow up and learn to ask people to get started. You know, I know when I go shopping, and I'm sure all of you girls that love shopping, whenever you're there, they always ask you, do you want me to put this in the dressing room? Do you like this? I mean, they're closing right there, you know, getting you to do it, getting you to try that outfit on or that shoe on. They're closing. And I'm great at customer care sometimes. I'm laughing because I have one of my customers behind me, and you were laughing about that. She kind of fell through the cracks, but she's here today. I'm really excited. Yeah. One thing Bobby didn't mention, I want to do a plug on Bobby. He's an amazing encourager. You know, sometimes I get scared, and I don't know why, but I do. And he really encourages me. He sees the best in me that I don't see in myself. And he really knows how to connect with people. And and how to share vision with them. And I love that about him because I don't have that strength, but he does. And that makes us a perfect team.
Well, I would just like to say that when it comes to customer follow-up and relationship development, Lisa is the greatest on our team. If I call you, I can tell you everything that I want you to know in about 2 minutes. When Lisa gets on the phone to a girlfriend or distributor, etc., they can talk for hours, it seems like, and I can't imagine doing that. So you got to know your strengths and you got to know your weaknesses. And number two is this. You've got to set aside the time to do this business, and you've got to set aside the time for the family time. You see, working from your home is what we've done for 30 years. I was 22 years of age when we started this business, Lisa and I. 22 years of age. I'm 54 today, and I'll be 55 coming up in March. Folks, you've got to learn to discipline yourself. And I think Kelly Croft said this earlier. Discipline yourself. You've got to set aside the time. You can't take inventory. You can't get on Zoom. You can't do the Facebook thing. You've got to do as Gordon Hester says, the positive activities every day. It's easy when you're self-employed to do things. I love to hunt fish. I can hunt on morning, fish all afternoon. But that's not accomplishing anything. You better be disciplined to hire yourself. If you're willing to work for someone else for 40 hours a week, be willing to work for yourself for 80 hours a day. Whatever it takes attitude. We wake up every morning excited, can't wait to get our day started. We get to roll out of the bed. We're looking at each other and go, how was week? We're not fighting the traffic. We're not out of the weather. We're not going to a job we don't like. We're not missing each other in time. We keep the kids rolling out of bed, do what we love, and be around people that we really want to be around. Folks, that's a blessing. The other thing I would say about that, again, we had 2 boys, and Lisa's right. We taught them because when the phone rang, they knew that it's quiet time, quiet voice in the house. They helped in their housework. I did my share. Maybe that's why I like sweet love. I don't know. But, and fellas, I would say this one thing too. During romantic time, don't ask your wife how many preferred customers she got for the day. That will mess you up. You've got to set aside the time for family time. You've got to set aside time for business.
Oh my God. Thank you, Bobby. And that is true too, because he did that one time and never again will he ever ask that question. But, one thing too, you also have to believe in yourself and also surround yourself with positive people who are going to encourage you and be you to realize your dreams. That's what I love being around Bobby because he is so positive all the time, sometimes to a detriment because sometimes I could just slap him, but I love him still. Sometimes I just like him a little. Okay, so you need to learn to discipline, your business time from your family time. That is so important. You've got to have that balance, and that runs into number 3.
Let me say this first.
Okay.
On number 2 again, I learned a long time ago, you're going to pay the price of success, or you're going to pay the price of failure. And it is far more expensive to do in life or this business than it is to be successful. I mean, again, it goes back to what I started with. If you're going to do it the best you can. Step up to the plate. When you go to bed at night, know that you didn't leave anything else on the table. You gave it everything you got. And folks, this company is offering us, each and every one of us, the opportunity to live bigger than we ever have. To be part of something bigger than we could ever be by ourselves. We're part of a family, a team here that's going to run with or without it. And I truly want my part of it. My family is part of it, and I want you to have your part of it. Lisa, number 3.
Well, is to always stay engaged.
Yes.
My biggest thing is to stay engaged in the business.
Yes.
And stay focused. Because, we live in a world of a lot of distractions, a lot.
Yeah.
And, as much as I love technology, I hate technology. Because, people get distracted, with their phones. And, people, I hate when I walk into a room and everyone is on their phone and they're not engaging and they're not talking. So I really think you need to stay focused on the things that are important, and stay focused on things that make your business to the next level. We want to be engaged as far as the events that are going on. Even with the technology, we've got incredible events. I know we're going to talk about after lunch the Healthy Living Revolution, But my goodness, I love the fact that the company has brought that in-house, and now this one website is the umbrella for all of us to use to be able to work from. And so that's one thing that we need to stay focused on and help teach and train our team to do the same thing. You know, we are there to teach our team to duplicate ourselves. And so staying focused is so important.
Well, Lisa is so right. I can use the conferences as a great example. I get fired up. I'm ready to come back and hit hard and refocus on the things that we need to do. There's only 2 a year, and we've never missed one of them. They are non-negotiable. I look at this business like, Tammy mentioned that I like to grill. I really love to grill. I live in an outdoor kitchen. But if you take a piece of charcoal out of that fire and set it aside, what's going to happen? It's going to cool off. But if you take it, put it back into other charcoals that are glowing hot, folks, it will fire back up. And that's what we mean by saying plugged in. Coming through the boot camps and the regionals and just to being here, which has been amazing. Staying plugged in and laughing. I learned something every time. I've never stopped learning in this business at 32 years. It's so important to stay plugged in. In fact, we're doing our next boot for 2 of the conferences, our companies. One's in the spring, one's in the fall. The next one is the March
3rd, 4th, and 5th.
And we're going to have an amazing amount of students. Not only do we have this beautiful Heather, Courtney, we've also got Lisa Radice, we've got Gordon Hester, Dr. Jan Roberto, and of course, Polo, the main guy at the company, will be here in March in our newly renovated barn. We'll be one of the first people in the barn. Of course, we've got probably half full at this point, first week. So don't hesitate.
Their land, they have renovated barn on their land and they've turned it into.
Lisa?
Learn to give yourself
And they have like
permission to
little
imagine
patches for the team.
what kind of income is possible, because we did. Bobby and I have so many
As I said,
we are
that's what
constantly
it's like.
growing and learning, and I
mean,
thank you so much because I've been on this Zoom. They have been incredible encouragers and leaders, and I've been like a sunshade, and I've cried and I have laughed and I've gotten emotional, and I'm just so connected with each one because that was part of our journey along the way as we grew in our business. So I just want to encourage all of you guys. I want to leave you with one quote, and dare to dream and never give up, because you are the difference. You are the difference in what happens in your business. And I know we cut our talk a little short because of the glitch, but we just want to tell you how much we love you.
I got one thing to say. I've learned, and it's a great quote, I've learned that great time in the world. There's those that make things happen. There's those that watch things happen. And then there's those who wonder, what happened? And folks, I want to encourage you to be those that make it happen. Step out there, step it up, keep it up a notch. We love you, we thank you. We look forward to some place or somewhere on the road where you're here, and say us blessings to each and every one. Thank you.
Make it happen. What happened? What just happened?
You guys are frozen. Y'all are amazing. I'm trying to figure out. There you go. Now you're not frozen. Yay! Thank you so much, you guys. It's so inspiring. Because I look up to you. Like one day, I'm going to be